Excuse me.
Babe, what? Wait, hold, babe.
What you
I'm trying to
think
do the
you
baby
doing?
boo challenge, babe. Wait a minute.
Girl, not my girl. How you turn this thing on?
Listen, YouTube not about to take my money, so I'm going to have a link in the description to the actual challenge. So you can see exactly what this shit is actually looking like, because I can't put it in this video. I know most of y'all are out of touch when it comes to, or a lot of y'all are, when it comes to hip hop culture and the youth and things like that. I know it because I see it in my comments. One of y'all asked who Summer Walker was, and damn near nobody knew. So I don't expect you to know NBA YoungBoy, who was actually pardoned by Trump. He is a rapper, a young rapper. He's about 25. He dropped a new song, and the song, I don't care what the name is. He has a part where he says she gonna call me Babyboo or whatever. And it turns into, it begins to become up-tempo, and it turns into a twerk song, basically. Now, why am I mentioning this? Well, something called the Babyboo Challenge has swept the internet by storm, right? And all it is black women, mainly black women. If it's not a black woman, it's a different race of woman that is still in alignment with hood black culture. Hypothetical example, not really hypothetical, but if you see a white woman doing this shit and she has 3, 4 black baby dads and she lives in the hood, she's adjacent to black culture because of the environment that she lives in and the people that she commingles with and who are her friends and et cetera, et cetera. She's within the community, ingrained in the community, especially if this is where she grew up. But regardless, people adjacent to black culture, mainly black women, are participating in this challenge where they shake their ass on the camera to this song. Now, it's funny that I say some of you may be out of touch because the thing about it is, on my personal social media, yeah, we talked about it a lot, but I think I de-ratted my Facebook page so well that I didn't see one challenge. I didn't see one woman willingly post a challenge, and that's for a few reasons. Number one, I don't really fuck with young chicks too heavy as far as like below 24. And the second thing is, I don't fuck with rats all like that no more. I got a few rats, and let me be clear, because where I'm from, that's the lingo that we use, hood rats. Like a lot of people who say rats, they talking about snitches and stuff like that. That's still applicable, but rats means hood rats when I say it in this context. So none of them popped up on my radar, but a lot of people I'm close to, a lot of them popped up on their radar because they got more evil, cantankerous whores, as Corey Holcomb would say, on their page. Now you might be thinking, well, don't black women just shake their ass because it's a Tuesday? Don't they just shake their ass everywhere? Da-da-da. This is the thing about this. There are women who are designated booty shakers. They booty shake every fucking weekend. They put their ass on their Instagram story, on their Instagram page, and that's actually a minority of women. Even though we talk about this shit all the time, like the chicks who really put themselves out there like whores, that's a minority of women. But this is the thing, the majority of them love and subscribe to hoe culture and stuff like that. So that's different than putting yourself out there as a whore, as like a expert booty shaker or whatever the case may be. But this is the point. Let's continue. What this does is the women who are like the second type of woman, I say, that are in the whole culture where they try to keep it covert, or they try to keep it cool, they try to keep their public image up. This gives them the excuse, the reason to shake their ass. This is what makes a lot of them jump out the window. And even then, you get to see a lot of different shades of black ass at one time, just shaking on your timeline. Somebody's ass that you probably been wanting to see for a minute. You get to see it wiggle and shake and jiggle and shit in your timeline. So that's a plus to where you could be like, oh yeah, that's great for everybody, right? We'll get to the but later, pun intended, I guess. But to go with what I was saying earlier, it says, show me that ass. It's me. All the women say, ew. Motherfuckers say, show me that ass. Challenge. Check the comments. I'm not going to try and word this as best as I can, so excuse me for this, but to me this signifies how women like certain things under a guise when it comes to getting loose. I could have worded that a better way, but I'll give you the concept because the concept is the concept at the end of the day. She has a boyfriend. Will she fuck you sober? She's not really trying to fuck you sober, but when you bring out the bottles, and you get the liquor and stuff like that, she can get fake drunk, right? Not real drunk, but fake drunk. Act like she's more drunk than she is, and that'll give her an excuse to cheat on her boyfriend because it really wasn't her, it was the liquor that did it. And this is the thing. She wants to do it, right? She wants to do it, but she doesn't want to take responsibility for her actions. She wants to be able to blame it on something or somebody else. So she needs something else to enable her. This is another example. If you as a guy ask a chick, let's just say it's a bad chick, right? Yo, come to my basement, just get naked and walk around and just be naked in my basement. Let me look at you. I won't even touch you. Just come to my basement, get naked. Most of them are going to be like, you're a fucking creep. Get the fuck away from me. Let's give you a fucking Canon camera, a TI whatever, a very good camera with a good lens. Let's say you're a photographer now. Let's give you this title. You're a photographer, even though you really don't have a portfolio. You begin to go up to these women, right? And you tell them, yo, you look really good. You will be a good model. Is this something you had that conversation? Like, you ever think about modeling? Da, 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 da. Well, you could come to my home. I have a studio in the basement. You get into the basement. You got a fucking green screen. You probably got like some Party City wigs or whatever the fuck. You got a little bit of shit, right? But two things you got is a camera and some baby oil. Just because you got a camera and you say a photographer, this chick is getting butt naked. This bad chick is getting butt naked in your basement. Booty butt ass naked. You're seeing raw baby oil butt cheeks in your basement just because you got a camera. A lot of dudes be anti-game, and I could understand being anti-pickup artist. I could understand being anti-chorus to some degree. But at the end of the day, man, you got to know, if you've seen enough, that number one, women play games regardless. So they're going to run game on you. They're going to run it. They're going to play the game and run game on you regardless. That's number one, women. They do it innately. But number two, when it comes to men and getting buns and stuff, and even just how silly women operate, you could see how certain things could push a woman towards doing certain things. I would love to call it manipulation, but the thing about it is, even if you want to say it's manipulation, is it really manipulation if she is doing what she wants to do? When we talk about this Babyboo challenge, there is no guy fucking brainwashing them into putting their raw butt cheeks on that screen and shaking their ass. Now, this is the thing. I love a good twerk. I love seeing some booty and stuff like that. But the thing some women act like they don't realize, which is crazy after all this time, is that we put women into two buckets, like, women that ain't hoes and the hoes. That's what it is. And a lot of women, they love the attention that they get from this type of activity. They absolutely love it. They live for it. It's so deep. They even love the female attention that they get from it. Let me tell you something, man. A lot of chicks do this challenge and they know. They actually do know how this will impact their reputation, how it'll make them look bad. But they know they can throw that ass and somebody got to see it. So they will send it to a bunch of chicks and they'll be in the timeline talking about how they send it to a bunch of their friends and, chick better send them one back or whatever the case may be. Like, they'll say that shit because they want to do the whole shit, but they don't want to further damage their public image. But they do want the validation, the sexual validation from other women. They absolutely want it. And some go as far as like, I want the validation from everybody. I want the validation from going viral for this shit. Let me tell you something. And this is what made me make this video, because I was thinking about it, but I was like, the moment has passed. So when you look right here, there's a woman who says, her man said she couldn't post her Babyboo challenge, so I posted it. So basically what's going on is the boyfriend said, I forbid you from shaking your ass on the internet. And guess what happened? She didn't upload it, but she sent it to her friend, and her friend, trying to sabotage the chick relationship, uploaded the chick's Babyboo challenge, and it went viral. We talking 15,000 shares. And listen, I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater. She got a big old fat, stupid, juicy ass. So it is what it is. That shit's crazy. It's going crazy. But this is the thing about that. I'm going to say two things. Number one, this is whole activity. So it's like you go in that bucket now. But a nigga cuffed you. And that's going to bring me to my second point. A lot of chicks is disqualifying themselves, right? They getting themselves put in that whole bucket while her ass is just moving. That motherfucker moving, nigga. I had to cut that shit because it was too distracting. I wasn't looking at the screen, and then I looked at the screen like, damn. So I'm not gonna lie. For that reason, this might get monetized, because I'm not about to have booty shaking through the whole video. If it distracted me that much, I know it'll distract some of y'all the same amount. I know it will, because it's like, bruh, that shit just threw me all the way off, and I'm trying to make a point. But back to it. So, yeah, a lot of women are disqualifying themselves by doing this. They're putting themselves in that whole bucket. They are making themselves seem fuckable but uncuffable, et cetera, et cetera. This is something that they're aware of to a certain degree. Some of them try to play oblivious, whatever the case may be. This guy, his girl, wanting to do the Babyboo challenge and shake her ass for the internet. This is the thing about that. I could understand setting boundaries. I could understand telling your girl she can't go out or whatever the case may be. If she and you got with her and she was not a going out ass bitch. But this is the thing, man. A lot of dudes know who they cuff. And y'all be trying to save hoes. So that's one thing, right? If you were out here and your girl was a twerking maniac and she used to be in a bar or motherfucking getting belly shots done off her and shit like that, motherfuckers balancing a Don Julio bottle on her butt, like, nigga, you goofy when you cuff a bitch that got that type of history. I don't care. It's chicks who used to be in a club who was twerking but never went too far with the shit when they was in the club and stuff like that. And it never really did too much of that outside the club. And you could still even side-eye those same bitches, but they're not as bad as the open, because it's like, I'm going to get to a point. They're not as bad as the openly out there whores when it comes to you cuffing somebody that is just like that and she was like that. But this is the thing. We're going to pretend that he didn't know she was like that, right? He didn't see any signs. There were no signs before this. This is the second point that I said I was going to make. When your girl or somebody that you talking to, because you got to do your vetting, when she comes to you with something like this, you got to understand that the game is lost. You got to understand that the game is lost. You just got to let her be the hoe she want to be. Because all that's going to happen is you are going to get a brain aneurysm trying to stop her from violently being the hoe that she wants to be. She had to do this roundabout way of going and getting attention through her friend posting a challenge that you told her not to do. And guess what? It's about to be a problem. Y'all probably about to break up. But truthfully, if she wants to do this, she has that hoe in her. Like you've lost by cuffing this woman. The proof is in the pudding. Like, it just is what it is. So you could take that as a sign the moment she says that she wants to do something like that. And depending on where you at, you determine if it's a deal breaker or not. And you plan your exit strategy, or you exit immediately. You set your boundary, whatever the case may be. You do what you got to do. Hey, him telling her not to do it, that may have been his way of setting a hard boundary. Like, I know she gonna do it, and now she didn't did it. So it's like, now you do have means of either discipline, which you can't discipline a black woman. You just can't. There's no such thing. Or you can leave. You can leave. Which brings me to the final post that we're going to cover. A black woman says, niggas marry hoes every day. Keep twerking, ladies. LOL. What did I just get done talking about? A guy who cuffed a whore. I wish you could see my face. I'm like just waving my hands like, yeah. No matter how what she said makes you feel, she is not lying. She is not lying. But there are a few things about that. The first thing is something that I already covered. Does this guy actually even know that this woman is a whore? Does he know that she is a hoe? Because the truth of the matter is most men, do not marry women that they know are hoes. There are very few exceptions. Riley Reid got married. Mia Khalifa, I think she got married one time and engaged a few other times. So there are some men who will cuff these women marry these hoes. We will talk about that a little bit later. But let's go to something that was kind of alluded to with Mia Khalifa. But also, you could look at Kim Kardashian. You could look at Brittany Renner. You could look at Superhead. You could look at a lot of these elite whores, right? Women that everybody on the planet knows these women are whores, right? Nothing lasts with these bitches. A marriage with a whore is some temporary shit. We don't got to unpack why, but that's just the case. So far we have the fact that a lot of chicks will hide their wholeness. The guys don't know that they're hoes. But I would beg to say in most cases, which was my second point, when these hoes do get married, it doesn't last. Nothing lasts forever with a whore. The third point I'm going to make is that if a guy does know that this is a whore and he cuffs her, one of the reasons that it doesn't last, other than some dudes being disgusted, like, I can't do this, which happened to Mia Khalifa, I'm pretty sure. But it's the other way around. These women don't want the guys who marry them or cuff them. I always give y'all a theory, and it's not an absolute theory, but when it comes to people who cuff strippers, right? Like, she strips. She be at the strip club actively. Blah, blah. It's one or two types of people. It's either the super Mac or the weenie. The super Mac, if he cuffs her, which I don't see a super Mac marrying a whore. Like, I don't really see that happening because super Macs rarely get married. But the guys who do cuff the strippers as far as the super Macs, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about that relationship. They don't give a fuck about that commitment. They are just having fun, and they are going to go and fuck so many other women. They're not going to fuck one woman outside of that relationship. They're going to fuck several. Because that's what they do. They fuck bitches. They will even do some shit like get caught cheating on purpose, or even, fake a breakup or whatever and pit this other chick against the stripper that they was dating. Like, they like to do little games like that. So that's the super Mac. He's going to do that type of shit when it comes to dating a stripper. I said this was going to be a long video and it's going to be like 20 minutes. That's crazy. But when it comes to the weenie, she is not attracted to this man. But this man more than likely has some bread. Like, she is completely unattractive, but he is willing to pay for her whole life, so she will do it. She will do it. She will rock with him. She will have sex with him, manipulate him, all that stuff, fuck his credit up. She will be mean to him. But hey, he is absolutely ecstatic to be there because he has never got a woman this fine. Women are typically not interested in him in general. And he is just so happy to have this woman, even though she is ungrateful, even though she is an absolute whore, even though she will dare disrespect him in his face by, if not fucking with other dudes, entertaining other dudes and things like that. So a lot of the guys that marry these chicks and know that they're hoes, they are fucking weenies. They do not respect themselves. They do not have access to other bitches. But when I look at events like this, I just see two things. I see a lot of big, black, stupid, juicy ass to where we could, oh yeah, man, that's great. That's great. I'm not Mr. NoFap. I will jack this motherfucker like one of the Kia boys, nigga. I will, I will, like, dog, I will jack this motherfucker. Give a fuck. Now, I'm not doing that to none of these, but I just say that to say I enjoy looking at booty on a screen. Just keeping it a whole being with you, I enjoy looking at booty on a screen. But on the other hand, the thing is, when we look at a lot of these butts and stuff, that we be detached from a lot of these porn stars and stuff. Like, okay, like when you're looking at a porn star, it's like you're a professional whore. So it's like, it's not even no judgment. Like you have no connection. When you're looking at women in your community, right? In the actual area that you live in, where you're going to go in Whole Foods, you're going to see this chick, this is your coworker shaking her ass like this. This is somebody who you contemplated dating and you put her on a higher pedestal in your mind and she just took herself off of that motherfucker. Like, when you ask why marriage rates be down and stuff like that, it's because a lot of these chicks don't respect themselves. They be some fucking freak dips. They be open about being freak dips, and niggas don't want a bitch that done been on display for everybody, a bitch that everybody done had. Niggas don't want to be sharing the woman that they choose to build a life with. It's cool to share the hoes. It's cool, like, you fuck with you. If you just fucking around and you fucking with it, you know you're not the first. You know you're not gonna be the last, and you know it's probably 3 other niggas on our roster right now, whatever the case may be. When you're trying to get married, you don't want a chick that has been through the dick gauntlet. And this is dick gauntlet activity. It signals that you've been through the dick gauntlet. And the last thing I want to touch on extremely briefly is some women are even showing their babies a video. You would think that keeping your kids away from this type of perversion is like, of course, like no brainer, but no. That's a discussion for another day, as far as how a lot of women in general, but especially black women, to sexual things that they are not supposed to be exposed to, like doing splits, popping their butt cheeks in front of them, all types of stuff. Like, you know, I seen a clip the other day of a chick, you know, having a kid feed her fries or whatever. It was like a toddler, and she was looking in the toddler's eyes and getting like real sensual with it. Like, it's really, and I blame some of you niggas, man. Like not necessarily like you specifically, but it's just like it's an abundance of niggas who excuse anything these bitches do when it comes to sexuality and kids, because in your mind you wish it was you. That's some weirdo nut shit. We not gonna unpack that. But as far as this whole challenge, it's degeneracy and a mass disqualification. That's what it really is. Let me know your thoughts. I'm gone.
I just went and watched over 50 Babyboo challenges and then went back to drafts to look at mine, and that shit is so underwhelming compared to everybody else's. I will not be posting that. Mind you, I suffer from small cheekism, and I'm also in sweatpants. I am not fit to compete.